This is your Mad Yogi Eileen, welcoming you back to the Constellation series. And what we'll be doing today is the Capricorn flow. For this flow, you are going to need some weights. And if you are going to make your own homemade weights, just make sure that the pair that you make, because we are going to be using a pair today, are of the same bottle, same size, same weight, yeah? Of course, you are also very much welcome to use actual gym weights if you have them around, or you can also let go of all those extra weights and do the flow without them. That's perfectly fine as well. Now, with the weights, I do recommend that you do not go over a 2 kilogram limit for the weight. And 2 kilograms is only for those who are strong and are very confident that you can control the movement of the limbs with your weights. Yeah, so always keep yourself safe. And again, you can go as light as 0.5s if you want to, or all the way up to 2 kilograms, but only if you are feeling secure with your shoulders and with your whole shoulder girdle. Yeah? So let's come down. On the mat, we are going to start in this kind of seated pose, the thunderbolt pose or Vajrasana, yeah? When we're sitting on our heels this way. If this isn't comfortable for any of the joints that are in contact with the mat, you're more than welcome to put some padding of your choice. Now, I'll just show you from behind. From here, we are going to bring one hand down, sit on one hip, the opposite foot, this case my left foot, will come on top of the right, and we're going to be lifting this way. I'm showing you from behind so that you see the position of the feet. And once we come back to center, swap over your feet, opposite hand to the mat, opposite hip to the mat, yeah? And we're going to be moving this way, up and down. Quite strong for the arms. You are pushing yourself up with your arms, yeah? So, starting with a seated thunderbolt pose, just take your time to warm up the shoulder girdle. And for this first flow, we are just going to use one weight, yeah? Just wanted to swap over my weights. From here, right hand, you are welcome to mirror me, by the way, or use your own rights and your own lefts as well. Right hand down on the mat, right hip down on the mat, left foot on top of the right. Yeah, so we're in this kind of seated pose with your hip down and your right hand down. Grab your weight, nice and secure with your left hand. Try this with your weights first and then determine if you want to increase your weights, decrease your weights, or don't use any weights at all. That's fine as well. From here, push through your standing arm, lift yourself up, left shin comes back down on the mat. You're pushing your left hip up, and with that arm, bring it up. Start with a vertical position first. And come back down, sit back down, yeah? Push yourself up and back down. Don't be aggressive with the lifted arm. Start with the vertical, and then you can increase that the range as we go. That's 3, 2 more. And down. And I'm going to increase my range a little bit and bring it down. Weight down, push yourself back up to center, swap over the position of your feet. Your right foot is now on top of the left. Roll your shoulders, roll your wrists as well. Breathe, move with your breath. Left hand down on the mat, left hip down on the mat. Your right shin is lifted up. So your legs are stacked on top of each other. Right foot on top of the left, yeah? Weight in your right hand. Push your hip up. Open up your side. Push your right hip out to the right side. With your weights, bring your arm just vertical. Adjust your standing arm to an angle that will support your movement. And back down, yeah? Lifting up will make it smooth. And back down. Good, 3 more. Lift, increase that range a little bit if you want. And down, but do it incrementally. 4. And down. Last one. 5. And back down. Release your weights. Come back to center. Swap over your feet. Roll your shoulders. Interlace your hands. It doesn't matter which one on top. And press up. You can even close your eyes here. Squeeze your upper back. Slight retraction of the arms. Release your fingers and just allow your arms to float down. One more rolling of the shoulders. Right hand down. Right hip down. Left hand with the weight. And push. Down. Increase the range of your arm now if you want to. But open up your side. Push your left hip out to the left side. I think this is the 5th. And down. Release. Center. Swap over your feet. Roll the shoulders. Interlace your hands. Swap over which was on top from the previous. Lengthen up, open your chin. Deep, full breath. Feel your side ribs ballooning out, yeah? Release your fingers with that slight retraction of the scapula and allow your arms to float behind. Roll the shoulders one more time. Left hand down, left hip down, shins stacked on top of each other. Grab your weight and inhale, lift. Down, lift, down. That's 2. 3. Open up your side. 4. Don't be aggressive in lifting that arm and angling that arm, yeah? Release your weight, center. Good. Be very mindful of that movement of lifting the arm and opening up in a lateral flexion. Right hand down. Hip down, legs stacked on top of each other, and lift. Inhale. As I was saying, be very mindful of this lateral flexion of your arm, this range, because if your weights are heavy, you might go over the safety limit, yeah? 1 more. I've stopped counting. And release. Center, shoulders, interlace, lift. Retract, release, and float your arms down. Left hand down, hip down. Hands and weights. 1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, last one. Release. Center, roll your shoulders. Interlace, lift. Breathing. Retract your shoulders, release the fingers, float. 1 more rolling of the shoulders, right side, lift. 2, push yourself up, 3, 4 and 5. Release to center, roll. Interlace your fingers, lift your arms, open up the chin, deep full breath. Retract your scapula, release your fingers, float your arms down. Roll the shoulders one more time. Left side. And lift. 1. That's 3. Open up your side, push that hip. And 5. And release. Bring your weight down to center. Roll the shoulders one last time. Interlace the fingers. Open up. Breathing. Retract your scapula and release your arms. Roll the shoulders one more time. From here, I'm just going to orient myself back to the top of my mat. Hands down, tuck your toes under, lift yourself up and walk your feet forward into a forward fold. Let your head go. Bring your hands out to the sides on your claw fingers and sway side to side. Catch yourself with your hands, claw hands. Yeah, don't hyperextend your knuckles. Sway the body, roll the shoulders. It's like your legs are like a wet noodle, or when you're twirling a piece of string. Come back to center. Backs of the hands together. Push through your legs, unfurl the body up into your upward facing hands. Lengthen up here. Push the hips forward, shallow back bend. Start with the shallow one. Don't go aggressive with this. Squeeze the front line of your body to lift. Walk your feet in. Don't think about your lower back. Just think about squeezing your legs in, squeezing your knees in. This I-shaped gap between the knees. Squeeze them in and come to a high chair. With a high chair, we do have a workshop for chairs, by the way. High chair, your spine can afford to be upright. If you squeeze your legs a little bit more and hinge on your joints, allow the body to come at an angle for a lower chair. Hands in, elbows press in, all the way down. Forward fold. Separate your feet, approximately hip width distance. Curve of your thumb from tip to corner on the curve, on the outline of your toes. Let the head go. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, finger pads high on your shins, elbows in. Push through the length of your arms while your shins are pushing forward, counterposing, and coming to your half lift. You have a workshop card on this, and you can see why we do it this way. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head go. And just walk back. Just walk back for now into our plank. All the way down. Flat plank. You're welcome to come down to your knees first if you want to. Squeeze your back muscles, hands off. Shallow cobra. Push your hands down. The hips are moving forward, down into the mat and up. Because this is a back bend. So we move from the hips. High cobra. If you're already feeling okay, push through your arms. Lift the thighs up. Lift the femurs up. Coming into an upward facing dog. Exhale all the way down. Let's use this transition first. Tuck your toes under, push yourself up, full plank. You're welcome to come up to your knees first. Knees bend, push back. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. Belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. And a few more puppy waves. If you want your downward facing dog, you're welcome to lengthen your legs in this downward wave. Then come to a steady downward facing dog or puppy pose. Breathing. From here, curl your right leg up, thigh to belly, curl your knee, flick your toes, point the knee back and up, and then extend. In a three-legged dog. Wave your body weight forward, three-legged plank, and curl your right leg through once again. Step it forward. Legs are in a lunge. Push through your back and your arms towards the back so that back heel naturally comes down and you're in warrior legs. Backs of the hands in. Wave yourself up. Don't rush this. Allow your spine and your arms to wave up like a ribbon and come into your warrior one. Lengthen up here. Now, while all asana, all poses and flows have multiple benefits, what you are going to really want to feel is that lengthening right here in your psoas in warrior poses, especially in front-facing warrior poses, yeah? And add that strength and awareness in your legs, that hug and lift, and that awareness in your arms as well. They're not just hanging in space. Feel as if you're pressing into an invisible block on top of your head. Hugging and lifting. Soften the pose, hands in, elbows in, forward fold. Separate your hands down on the mat, back heel up, step back, plank. All the way down. Flat plank, shallow cobra, higher cobra, or upward facing dog. One more flat plank transition, all the way down. Just preparing the body. Tuck your toes under, lift up, full plank. Knees bend, push back, puppy pose. Spinal wave. Can even sigh if you want. One more spinal wave, and if you want downward facing dog, lengthen your legs in that downward flow. Left leg curls up, thigh to belly, plantar flexed ankles, toes flipped. From here, point the knee back and up, gain height in that knee first, lengthen your quads and your psoas, and then extend that knee. Three-legged dog. Wave forward, three-legged plank, curl your left leg through, and step. So once again, we're starting in a lunge legs. Push through your back and your arms towards the back until that back heel comes down and you've acquired your warrior legs. Backs of the hands together. Wave yourself up. Don't rush. Never just hinge on the hips when you're lifting up. You have to wave your spine, wave your arms, yeah? Warrior one. Waving the body distributes that energy, distributes that strength, so they don't collect at any one point on your spine or your other joints. Hands in, elbows in. Yes, I'm talking to keep you in the pose. All the way down. Back to your plank. Back to flat plank. Low cobra, higher cobra, or upward facing dog. transition, you're welcome to come back to flat plank or push through your arms, allow your hips to lift, flip your feet, your toes over, knees bend, push back, puppy pose, spinal wave, and choose puppy or dog pose, and one more spinal wave. Breathing. Heels up, knees bend, and walk to the top of your mat. But I want you to curl your legs up, back into your forward fold. Finger pads any height on your shins, or leave your hands down on the mat and wave yourself up. Just lift, if your hands are down, just lift the heels of your hands. You're pushing through your middle fingers and coming up to your forward fold, to your half lift rather. Exhale, forward fold. Soften your forward fold, walk your feet together, that I-shaped gap, close it by bending the knees. We're coming into a low chair. Backs of the hands in, wave the spine up, not upright, and arms forward. Allow the tilt of the body to happen here, yeah? Because if we force an upright spine in this low chair, that's when the lower back problems enter. That's why a lot of people say that their lower backs hurt in chair. That's because they're trying to come into an upright position when the knees are really bent. Anyway, push through your legs, unfurl the spine, back into your upward facing hands. With the legs together, push the hips forward, stay in a shallow back bend. Don't come too deep because you have a narrow base. Squeeze the front line upright. Squeeze the legs in, high chair. We start our sun bees with a high chair. Hands in, elbows in, knees bend a lot more, coming into your forward fold. Feet apart, let the head go. Forward fold. Choose where you want your finger pads to be, any height on your shins or down on the mat, and wave yourself up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now step or hop back, plank, Kumbhakasana. All the way down. No chaturangas, so that's a good thing, but flat plank. Low cobra, higher cobra, or upward facing dog. From here, choose your transition, flat plank or pointed plank. Coming to full plank, coming to puppy pose, spinal wave in your puppy pose. Don't rush this transition. Then choose to stay in puppy or come to downward facing dog. Right leg curls up, plantar flex your ankle, flick the toes, knee points back and up so your leg is still bent. Level your hips as much as you can and then extend that lifted knee. Wave forward, three-legged plank, curl your right leg through, step. From a lunge, push through your arms, your back and your arms until that back heel is down, warrior feet. Backs of the hands together, wave yourself up. Warrior one. With your arms upright, I want you to bend your elbows and frame your head. Doesn't matter which one is on top or in front here in this pose, but frame your head. Hug and lift. Release a pose, all the way down. Just allow your arms to naturally fall out to the sides when you release. And back to plank. All the way down. Flat plank. Low cobra, higher or upward facing dog. Push through your arms here. Push through the tops of your feet, but your hips are still lower. Now transition up to plank, puppy pose, spinal wave, and puppy or dog. And one more spinal wave. You can even sigh if you want. Left leg curls up, knee points back and up, extend. Wave forward, three-legged plank, step through, lunge. Transition to warrior legs, backs of the hands in, wave up. Warrior one. Gain that opening in the body first, then bend your elbows, frame the head. Without collapsing your arms down, yeah? We're maintaining this activation of the shoulder girdle and just bending the elbows. Deepening the awareness of our body. Release down. Step back. Plank. All the way down. Choose your cobra or upward facing dog. But you are more than welcome to go through those three poses. Lift up, plank, puppy pose, spinal wave, downward facing dog. One more spinal wave. Deep full breath. Heels up, knees and elbows bend. Now step or hop up. And gain your forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Determine where you want your finger pads to be. As long as you're pushing through your arms and you're not collapsing the body in an arch. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the feet together. Squeeze the legs in. Backs of the hands in. Wave the body up diagonally in your low chair. Deep full breath. Push through your legs, lengthening up. Push the hips forward. Shallow, upward facing hands with back bend. Squeeze the front line of your body. To lift, squeeze the legs back in. High chair. Last round, hands in, elbows all the way down. Let your hands go. Forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Paring back the instructions, now you know what to do. Forward fold. Step or hop back. Plank. All the way down. Choose your cobras or upward facing dog. Transition up to plank. To puppy. Spinal wave. Puppy or dog. One more spinal wave. Right leg curls up. Knee points back and up. Three-legged dog. Forward, three-legged plank. Step through. From lunge to warrior legs. Backs of the hands in. Wave up. By the way, you know that you have to be pushing the backs of the hands slightly in, yeah, to counterpose your wrists. Full warrior one. Frame the head, warrior one, bending the elbows. Deep full breath. Release your arms all the way down. Stepping back, please. Plank. All the way down. Cobra or upward facing dog. Back to plank. To puppy. Spinal wave. And dog. Or stick to puppy if you want. Last one, left side. Leg curls up. Knee points back and up. Extend. Wave forward. And curl your left leg through. From lunge, pushing back, warrior. Backs of the hands in. Wave up. Strong front leg. Squeeze the back to lift yourself up. Full warrior one. Hug and lift. Maintaining the activation of your upper body. Bend the elbows. Frame the head. Release. All the way down. Step back. Plank. All the way down. Cobra or upward facing dog. Back to plank. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. And dog pose. And spinal wave. And downward facing dog. From here, we're going to stay here and going to our next flow. From our downward facing dog, curl your right leg up once again. Plantar flexion of the ankles, toes flipped. Knee points back and up. Feel that length in your psoas and your quads and extend. Three-legged dog. Wave forward, three-legged plank and step through. Push back through your arms, warrior legs. Backs of the hands in. You are welcome to grab your weights here if you want. Yeah. Backs of the hands in and wave yourself up. Back to warrior one with or without your weights. Yeah. Frame your head. Just bend your elbows. From this warrior one upright body, tilt forward in an extended warrior. Release your arms, right arm on top of your right thigh, left arm opens up in a high version of side angle. Deep full breath. Top arm circles back. So just be mindful of that extra weight on your hand, yeah? On your arm. All the way down. Release your weight because that left hand comes down on the mat. Right arm with that knee still bent. Open up, turn into a low revolved side angle. Deep full breath. From here, a little bit tricky with your weights. Push through your right leg so that knee comes into a straight line and you are in a revolved triangle. Deep full breath. From here, push yourself up. Grab your weight with your left hand if you can and circle them up, pushing yourself up into an upright position, into an exalted triangle. Your hips, your right hip is pushing forward, a little bit of a back bend and lateral flexion here. Again, be very mindful of that extra weight on your hand. so that you don't pull yourself too much into opening poses. Squeeze yourself up, windmill, release your right hand on the arch side of your foot or the blade side of your foot, depending on where your balance is better, and come into your low triangle. By the way, I apologize for not saying this earlier, you can also use your blocks to lift yourself up a little bit, or if you don't have blocks, you're also welcome to stay in the high poses, yeah? We'll do the high versions in a bit for the next side. From here, top arm to the back, down, release the weights, level your hips and your shoulders. You're welcome to come up to your blocks if you want to, or your shin in an intense side angle. Just be mindful of your knee. Don't hyperextend it. Yeah, don't lock it by pushing the back of the knee out to the back. Give it a micro bend. And release down on the mat. Hands down, back heel points up, stepping back, plank. Knees bent, push back. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. And downward facing dog. And spinal wave. To the left side. Left leg curls up. Knee points back and up. Extend. Wave forward, three-legged plank, and curl that leg through. Regain your warrior stance. Grab your weights, back to the hands in, and wave up. Adjust your footing as you need to. Warrior one with weights. Just have that flavor, have a taste of a weighted flow. Then bend your elbows, frame your head with your weighted arms. But if the weights is really too much, of course, you can just let them go. From here, release your arms, left forearm, left thigh, right arm lengthens up, and you're twisting in an open belly twist in a high and weighted side angle. Don't collapse the lower arch of your neck here. Top arm circles back. Be very mindful of your joints. Down. Bring your hand down. So release your weight. Bring your hand down. Or if that is too low, on blocks. Or you can bring your hand on your thigh this way. And open up. A little tricky for the balance though. Yeah, open up in your revolved side angle. That was a bit tricky for the balance. So I'd rather maybe you use a block or you use a higher stool, yeah, or a chair, light enough that you can move, but heavy enough to support your weight. From here, this bent knee, the left knee, just push through your lower limbs and come into a straight line with that knee. And you're in a revolved triangle. Now the tricky portion of this, adjust as you need to. Push through this left leg so it supports your weight. Grab your weights and spin up until your left arm is once again up. Your right arm is down. Both legs are in a triangle position, straight. And you're pushing your left hip forward. I can't emphasize enough, be very mindful of your joints and your muscles. Don't overdo the depth of your lateral flexions and your back bends. Squeeze up and windmill, yeah? Windmill your arms down, coming back all the way down. Release your weights, high up on your finger pads, hands in line with your foot, and come into an intense side angle. Oh, sorry, intense side stretch. And come into an intense side stretch. Paschimottanasana. From here, soften your knees, hands back down, back heel lifts up, and step back. Plank, knees bend, push back, puppy pose, spinal wave, and downward facing dog. And one more spinal wave. Good. From here, we are going to add 2 more poses to that flow. Right leg curls up, knee points back and up, extend. Wave forward, 3-legged plank, step it through. From here, push back into warrior legs, heels of the hands up. So you're already in a low position here, but you are welcome to use your blocks if you need to, and push back into a low version of this intense side stretch. So this is the first of that inserted poses for this flow. High or low, up to you. Propped, supported, or down on the mat with your finger pads, up to you. Bend your front knee once again, coming back to warrior. Backs of the hands in. I'm not using my weights for this. You're welcome to come and follow me as well, yeah? Waving up. Let's make this nice and smooth. All the way up. Warrior 1. But I do want you to enjoy the feeling of that lack of extra weight. Yeah, your limbs are going to feel lighter. Bend your elbows. Frame the head, warrior 1. Release your arms. Right forearm, right thigh. Left arm lengthens up. And open belly twist from the hips. Navel, sternum, nose. High side angle. Deep, full breath. Top arm back, down on the mat with or without your block or on a stool. Right arm, closed belly twist, hips, navel, sternum, nose, and arm. Revolved side angle. Lengthen out your right knee, revolved triangle. Adjust your footing as you need to. Now from here, big windmills of the arms. Push through your front leg, windmill up until your right arm is once more up. Imagine as if you have a string between your hip and your head, and you're pushing your hip forward and come into an exalted triangle. Deep, full breath. Windmill forward and down. Soften your knees as you transition, yeah? Never lock your joints when you transition. Back into an intense side stretch. From here, bend your knees, body weight forward, coming into plank position with the left side. Push through your arms, allow your back to arch up just a little bit, because the right leg will step out to the left side in a cross-legged plank. One of the cross-legged plank versions in our Mad Yogi flows. Stay if this is enough. Or left arm opens up and you've come into a fallen triangle. Release a pose. Back to plank. Back to puppy. Spinal wave first. And then choose. Coming back to puppy pose or downward facing dog. And you're welcome, always welcome, to have more spinal waves here. I really love the sensation of my hamstrings, my soleus and my gastrocnemius hamstrings and calves lengthening up in the downward wave when we do this one.
Left leg curls up. Knee points back and up. Extends. Wave forward, three-legged plank. Step it through. Lift the heels of your hands up and follow through by pushing through your back and your arms until that front knee is nice and straight. And you've come into a low version of your intense side stretch. Breathing. Front knee bends without lifting that back heel. Warrior legs. Backs of the hands in. Wave yourself up. Warrior one. Deep full breath. Frame your head. Hug and lift. Release your arms. Left forearm, left thigh. Right arm lengthens up vertically. Open belly twist to the right side. Hips, navel, sternum, nose. High side angle. The top arm is still active. You are reaching up without crowding your neck and not crowding the left side of your neck either. Top arm circles back, down with your prop, stool or hand down on the mat. Closed belly twist to the left, hips, navel, sternum, nose, hand. In a revolved side angle. The gaze, by the way, you can look at your top thumb, but if the neck isn't happy in that angle, anywhere your neck dictates that it's neutral. Front knee comes into a nice straight line, revolved triangle. Now in this pose, you might feel all of your weight is on your arm. Distribute it between your foundations and concentrate on your front leg because you're lifting. Push yourself up. Big windmills of the arms, so be aware of your rotator cuff. Left hip pulls forward or pushes forward while your left arm is lifting up. Your right hand is just resting on your back leg. No pushing down on your back leg. In an exalted triangle. Release the pose. Windmill forward and down as you soften your knees. And back heel lifts up. From here, pushing strongly through your foundations, including your leg, yeah? Feel a little bit of a lightness in your left leg. Lift and step it out in a perpendicular-ish position to the long edge of your mat. And stay here in this version of a cross-legged plank or spin open. Right arm lifts up in a fallen triangle. Release the pose. Step back plank. Puppy. Spinal wave. Breathing. And dog pose. And one more spinal wave. Good. Deep full breath. Catch your breath here. Let's make it smooth, shall we? Stick with me. Let's make it smooth. From your downward facing dog. Don't rush. Right leg curls up. Knee points back and up. Extend. Don't rush. Keep to my pace. Wave forward. Three-legged plank. Step through. Push back. Intense side stretch. Modify as you need to. Use your props if you need to. Be aware of your front knee. Back to warrior legs. Backs of the hands in. Waving up. Warrior one. Frame the head. Release the arms. Right forearm, right side. Left arm reaches up, open belly twist, high side angle. Again, you can look up or anywhere your neck dictates as it's neutral. But maybe not looking down. The tendency of that is to pull the body down. Top arm back, down, with or without your props. Left hand down, right arm leads the way in this closed belly twist, revolved side angle. Revolved triangle by lengthening out that front leg. Distribute the body weight. Push yourself up, especially through that front leg. Windmill the arms, right hip pushes forward, exalted triangle. No weight on your back leg. And you're reaching both arms in the direction your fingers are pointing. Release a pose, windmill forward. Bend your knees all the way down. Back heel points up. Support your weight. Right leg out to the left side. Stay or spin open, left arm up, leading the way in your fallen triangle. Allow that back foot to turn as it needs to, yeah? Release the pose, plank. Don't rush. Puppy pose, spinal wave, and downward facing dog. And a few more spinal waves. Steady downward facing dog to prepare ourselves for the left side. Left leg curls up, knee points back and up, three-legged dog. Three-legged plank, step through. Push back, intense side stretch. You can even come to a deep version here by walking the hands forward a little bit more. But that can be really intense. So pare it back as you need to. Front knee bends, backs of the hands in, waving up. Warrior one. Breathing. How are we doing? Breathe. Frame the head. Hug and lift. Lengthening up. Release a pose. Forearm on your femur. Right arm up. Open belly twist. High side angle. Top arm circles back. Down. Don't be aggressive in this circling of the arms even without weights. Yeah? Hand down with or without your prop. Close belly twist into your revolved side angle. Big tendency here for that back leg to bend and disengage. Don't allow that to happen. Revolved triangle by lengthening out that front knee. Again, big tendency to just lock that knee. Yeah? Be mindful of your joints. Weight, body weight, and strength in this left leg. Push yourself up. Don't rush. You might topple over. Push your left hip forward and come into your exalted triangle. Both arms lengthening out. One up, one down. Soften. Transition forward and down. Soften your knees. Hand down. Back heel points up. Be mindful of that distribution of your balance in your body weight in your three foundations. Left leg out to the right side. Stay if this is enough, or spin yourself open. Again, allow your ankles to adjust to the new angles of your body, yeah? Release the pose. Back to plank. Knees bend, push back. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. Sigh if you want to. You are more than welcome. And then downward facing dog. Deep full breath. From here, let's have some upper body workout. Right leg curls up, knee points back and up, extend. Wave forward, three-legged plank, curl it through. Push back and gain your warrior stance. Grab your weights. Hopefully by now we're used to the weight that we're using. Wave back to the hands in, wave yourself up into our weighted warrior one. Yeah, let's have some presses here. From here, open your arms in a goal pose position out to the sides. And I will do it this way. Down, goal pose position with the arms, and up. Yeah, down, up, 3, 4, you're squeezing down, 5, more, yes, 6, 7, 8, if you can squeeze your upper back as well, that would be good, 9, last one, 10, up, hands in, elbows in, all the way down. I will just reset myself. All the way down. From here, left arm leads the way. Keep your right knee bent. Left arm leads the way up into our exalted warrior this time. Exalted warrior. Windmill forward and down. That's just to open up the body without the weights as counter pose. From here, turn on your heels, bring your weights to the back, to the left foot. Side sweeping lunge. Left, right, left, right, and one more to the left. Turn your feet, regain your warrior stance. Hands on your weights, strong front leg, back to the hands in, waving up. Back to our warrior one with weights, yeah? And bend the elbows. Lift, that's 1, bend, lift. And again, if you can squeeze your upper back, you're welcome to do so. Trying to maintain an upright body. Hug and lift here. I wasn't counting, were you? Let's make this the last one. Bend, lift, hands in, elbows in, all the way down. Bring your weights maybe middle this time, yeah, so it's easy for us to reach. Right arm leads the way up, left up, exalted warrior. Again, backhand, not pressing down, resting or reaching, as we did previously. Release. A lot of windmilling action today, so be aware of your shoulders and your shoulder blades, yeah? Yeah, your scapula. From here, side sweeping lunge. Stop on your right leg, turn, warrior legs. This time, remember our extended warrior, the belly is still partially down on your thigh, but you're lifting the chest up and you're lifting the head up. Yeah, so the body is in a diagonal angle. Lift up to your extended warrior, grab your weights. Hands down this time, underneath that leg. Not directly under, a little to center. And lift out the sides and down. up and down. 2, 3, 4. Bend your elbows. 5. They don't need to be absolutely straight. Yeah, bend your elbows. 6, 7, 8. But we are lifting from the shoulders and not just the elbows. not this way. 9. Extra one, because I was talking. 10. One more. And down. From here, left arm reaches up, right arm up, exalted warrior. As I just reposition myself, exalted warrior. Release the pose, side sweeping lunge. Allow your legs to adjust, side sweeping lunge. And position your weights to the left foot. Stop on your left, turn, warrior feet. Grab your weights, chest up, belly still partially down on your thigh, head up, body in a diagonal, and lift. Halfway there, 5, breathe, 6, 7, I know it's hard for that front leg, 2 more, 9, and 10. Release your weights, a little to the middle, exalted warrior, right arm up and back, left arm up, vertically. If you want a little bit more of a natural flexion and back bend here, you're welcome to do so, or you're welcome to stay upright. Release, forward and down. Back heel up, step back. Yes, step back. Plank. Knees bend, push back. Puppy pose, spinal wave. Again, you're welcome to sigh, yeah? Always welcome to sigh. Puppy or dog, up to you. You might feel by now that lengthening sensation. It started out strong in the backs of the legs. By now, it shouldn't be as strong anymore. From here, left leg curls up. Knee points back and up. Extend, 3-legged dog. Wade forward, 3-legged plank, and step it through. Back heel down on the mat, warrior legs. Grab your weights, backs of the hands in, waving up, all the way up. Warrior 1, and bend the elbows. 1, breathe, 2, 3, 4, how are we? 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, breathe, exhale. Hands in, elbows in, all the way down. Weights to the middle, right arm up, left arm up, exalted warrior. Release the pose, hands down, adjust your feet, side sweeping lunge. Stop on your right, turn, warrior legs, hands back on your weights, backs of the hands in, and all the way up. Get a good grip on your weights, yeah? By now you're feeling tired, so hold on securely with your weights. And bend up 90 degrees with the elbows. Really good to build strength. Exhale, inhale up. One more. And up, hands in, elbows in, all the way down. Weights to the middle, left arm up, don't rush. Right arm up, exalted warrior. By now, big tendency to rush the movements, yeah? The more we get tired, the more sloppy we can get. Release forward and down. I know I do sometimes. So this is a mindfulness practice. Side sweeping lunge. This is what I talk. This is the mindfulness practice of the physical yoga. Yeah? Stop on your left. Of course, not the only one. But for this one, we can use that as our sankalpa. Extended warrior. Chest up, belly still on your thigh. Head up. Diagonal body. Hands down, underneath-ish of your body. And lift. One. Breathe. Inhale. Five. Breathe. Can you hear my breath? Two more. Release. Side sweeping lunge. By the way, this is our Capricorn Yoga Flow. Yeah? Stop on your left. So if you want more of this, you can do that. Rinse and repeat as many times as you want. Chest up, head up. Arms lengthening down. And lift. Inhale. Exhale. Good practice for deep breathing as well. This one, a really mindful breath. I think this is 7. 3 more. And release. Hands down, step back, plank. Bend your knees, puppy pose. And spinal wave. And downward facing dog. From here, curl your right leg up. You know the drill. Knee points back and up. 3-legged dog. 3-legged plank, step it through. This time, you can let go of your weights. And you are welcome to grab your blocks once again, or your low stool, or your supportive chair. Yeah? From here, we're coming into balancing poses. Body weight forward, light on that back leg. Left hand diagonally out to the left side. So not in line with your right foot, but diagonally out from your right foot. Yeah? Body weight forward. Curl your left leg up, curl your right arm up. So your limbs are under your body. It's going to be a closed belly twist to the right side. And I will just show it to you this way. Closed belly twist to the right side, lengthening your limbs up, including your standing leg, and lift up. Close. Open. Good. Close. You're welcome to watch this first if you want. Open up. revolved half moon. Close, open up. Last one. Close the pose and open the pose. And I will just come into my proper position. From here, you're welcome to keep that lifted leg up or land it down, light on the flats of your toes. Top hand comes down. Once again, diagonally away from your standing foot. Right, left arm curls up, left leg curls up, and open up. No flow for this. No dynamic flow, just a static hold. Release a pose, back foot down, back knee down. I got a bit of the shakes. Untuck your toes. Adjust yourself as you need to. Hands this time in line with your front foot. Still that little wider than your shoulder width, yeah? And come into this very low, well, not the lowest, but a low enough lizard's lunge. Push through your arms so your collarbones don't sink between your glenohumeral joints. Adjust your right foot, walk it out to the right side until you're comfortable in this pose. Okay, comfort is relative, yeah? From here, left hand stays, right foot stays, left leg stays, right arm opens up in a closed belly twist. You're reaching to the back. Stay if this is enough, or tessellation bind. By bending that back knee and grabbing that foot. Release the pose. Right hand, right knee. Push yourself up into a very low lunge position. Stay here if this is enough, because this next one can be tough on that back knee and the balance, yeah? Left arm to the back. Coming into a twist and stay, or bend that back knee. Adjust yourself as you need to catch your balance and come into this bind. It's a low lunge, low crescent lunge bind. Release that back foot. Please don't let it slap. Yeah, very mindful. Take your time. You can always just rewind the video if you need more time. Release your hands down, back knee points, tucks under, and step back. Take your time. Transition back. Full plank. Knees bend, push back. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. And downward facing dog. And a few more spinal waves. Breathing. This portion is the quieting portion of our flow. Left leg curls up. Knee points back and up. Extend. Three-legged dog. Three-legged plank. Step it through. Body weight forward. Crawl your hands forward already. Right hand diagonally away from your left foot. Curl your right leg under the body. Curl your left arm under the body. Yeah. Staying here. Bend your standing knee. Then push through your standing limbs. Float open your lifted limbs and twist. And a closed belly twist. From here, close the pose. Bend your joints and open. Don't rush. Close. Open the pose. Take your time to lengthen your lifted limbs. Open. That would be 3. 4. And 5. From here, lifted leg can remain lifted, or you can lightly bring that foot down on the flats of your toes, top hand down. Adjust your left foot if you need to. Left hand diagonally away, not in front, but out to the side. Right leg curls back up. Right arm curls up or unfurls up rather in your full half moon pose. Ardha Chandrasana. I was trying to remember the Sanskrit term. Ardha Chandrasana. Release the pose. Back foot down. Knee down. Untuck your toes. Left foot, adjust it already. Bring it out to the left side. Both hands down on the mat, on the arch side of your foot. Adjust as you need to and come into this, let's call it a mid-height lunge. Mid-height lizard's lunge. And once again, don't allow your collarbones to sink down on the between your shoulders this way, yeah? Lift your body up. Take your time here. Pad your knees if you want to, if you need to. I hope your props bag or props basket or whatever container you use is close to you. Always keep it close. Left arm, closed belly twist. Reaching that arm to the back. Stay, if this is enough, or bend your back knee. Be mindful of this last mini flow, yeah? This last section of our class. Tessellation bind. Breathing. Release, don't let that leg slap. Left hand on your left knee, adjust your leg and wave yourself up in a low crescent lunge without the arms. So maybe it's just a low lunge. Breathe. We're almost there. From here, stay. Or right arm to the back. I need to adjust myself a little bit. Right arm to the back. Then an open belly version of this. Stay or bend your back knee. And again, adjust yourself as you need to. As you can see, I'm supporting myself with my hand, with my arm down on the mat first. And then I'm bending that knee. And then I'm grabbing. And you are welcome to support yourself coming into poses. Because we never want pain, yeah? Pain is anathema to yoga. Never want pain. That's why we always adjust as we need to. Now release the pose. Hand down and crawl back with your leg and flat plank all the way down. Makarasana. One of my favorite poses actually. Rest your forehead on top of your top hand. Stack your hands on top of each other. Then shake your hips side to side. I don't know if you can hear my breath, but have a very present breathing here and listen to that echoey sound in this cavity that you've created, in this space that you've created under your face. From here, release your head from your hands and roll. Flip over, belly up, belly up. Let's not get up anymore. Belly up. If you want your Shavasana, you are welcome to come into Shavasana after our sacroiliac joint massage. So curl your legs in and do your SI joint massage. As I was saying, if you want your Shavasana, you're welcome to lengthen your body out here on the mat after a few more circles, or if you're feeling okay and you have other things to do, we do have our life off the mat. And sometimes it can actually, make us forget that our physical practice is not just about exercise. All of those challenges that we feel and we go through on the mat physically also transitions to challenges in our emotions, in our psychology. Can we still our minds? Can we calm our emotions to all of those difficulties? Now, I am going to roll up, so if you want to come off the mat, come with me or do your Shavasana, yeah? This will be quick. Roll to one side, I'm doing my right, and I'm supporting my head with my lower bicep. And just have 1 or 2 more breaths here in this fetal position, just to equilibrate our senses back. Then use your top hand, press strongly into the mat, follow through with your other arm, and come and join me in any comfortable seated pose. I do recommend a Siddhasana, so we don't press any weight on our ankles, rolling the shoulders, resting the wrists on your knees, closing the eyes, breathing, just to equilibrate our senses back to the waking world. And when you're okay, flutter your eyes open and you can pop off the mat. I will see you in the next flow. This is the Capricorn flow, so we only have 2 more, Aquarius and Pisces, and our constellation series will be complete. That's exciting news. And I will see you in the next class. Bye!